Hey, Motorman here, just when you think you've seen it all. All right, in this video we're going to talk about women. Are they untrained riders, whether they be male or female? Who's worse? That's what we'll talk about in this video. And also at the end, stay tuned, because I'm going to show you how I painted my new tour pack to match the new police bike. There's the tour pack so far, painted, ready to go, except it needs to be cut and buffed. That'll be the last step, but I'll show you how it was done. Now this was an unusual class in that we had 4 women riders and 2 male riders. Usually it's the other way around, or we might get 1 woman on a motorcycle, but it is a growing segment. Now the 4 women riders, 2 of them turned out very well. They were on smaller bikes, a Dyna and a Sportster, and the 2 of them on full dressers, well, they had some serious problems. The first one, as you saw in the off-road experience. Now this rider, she's doing really good. That's a Dyna Super Glide, I believe, 2012 model, and they are a very easy motorcycle to handle. Handlebars turn quite a bit from lock to lock. Got a pretty good lean angle. This rider on a Sportster, she's doing okay. Her biggest problem was staying in the friction zone. Every once in a while she'd have the clutch fully engaged, and that would cause the bike to go straight when she wanted to turn, as you saw here. Now here's our off-roader. She's trying to steer the motorcycle through without dipping it. The idea is to get the bike dipping in this exercise so you feel it quickly transition from left to right, right to left. But she tries to keep it straight up. She looks straight, and of course she goes straight. Now we moved on to the offset cone weave, a series of quick left turns and quick right turns. Between the 2 cones, the green tip cone and the orange, we call it a gate because you have to pass through. This is one of the male riders in the class. He rented that bike and did about average, maybe slightly above average, but on a Sportster. His own bike is a Road King, but he preferred to do his training on the Sportster, which really makes a lot of sense. Again, this rider trying to keep that bike straight up, really desperately trying, fighting the very design of the motorcycle, because that's what you're doing. The bike turns by leaning. If you keep it straight up, your turns are going to be gigantic, and you have to be below 5 miles an hour. And when you're below 5 miles an hour, there's more force of gravity pulling you to the ground than the force pulling you forward. Now, of course, in motorcycling, unlike many other sports, swimming or weightlifting, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. There's no strength involved here. If you fight the design of the bike and try to keep it straight up while turning, which men do all the time, you're going to have a problem. Doesn't want to do that. This rider does a pretty good job. She's got a low fear level. Her main problem was going out of the friction zone. Now we move on to making a single U-turn within our intersection before practicing the entire intersection. This rider's been to the class before, does very well. This is a fairly new rider, but he's got the smaller bike and has a pretty good handle on the techniques. Not perfect, but does okay. This is our female rider that's pretty much fearless. Makes a 20-foot turn there. That's very good. And this rider who tends to go out of the friction zone occasionally, but still makes the U-turn easily. And then this rider who just trying to turn with that bike straight up, which makes it just about impossible. Makes your turns gigantic. The bike does not want to turn straight up. Same thing, exact same thing with this rider. We had to take these 2 riders on the side with my assistant, have them work on something a little bit easier for them. And just to show you that guys screw up too, the same way, he's going to look at this cone and ride right out of the exercise. Alright, as promised, now on to the how-to, and this is a painting tutorial. This is a tour pack that I painted electric blue or impact blue for my 2019 bike. I painted it with spray cans, and that's what I'm going to do here. It's going to match this bike when I'm done, and I'm going to have some blue on it as well. Okay, I finished step number 1, which is getting a scuff pad and scuffing the entire surface to get all the shine out of it. Remember, this is all in the prep. Do a good job on the prep, and most of the time your paint job is going to come out good. So there's no shine left on this. It's going to be gone over with the birch white paint and a clear coat. Well, okay, I've got 2 coats now of the birch white. I removed the tape I had blocking off that area, so I still have the electric blue underneath. And all there is to do now is clear coat it.